Okay. This is file 22-50200-DC, Courtney Michelle Remley versus Anthony Nielsen Lee Miracle. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause. Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Miracle.
All right, and it looks like the last payment we received in this case was November 20th. Where do we stand with Mr. Miracle today, Ms.
Mr.
Underwood?
Miracle, Your Honor, lost his job due to a failure of transportation. He is looking for work. I would request if the court would be so kind as to adjourn this for 2 weeks, giving Mr. Miracle a time to firm up his employment, Your Honor, and get payments started again.
All right, I will adjourn it to February 3rd. And at this time, I'm going to order Mr. Miracle to provide whatever evidence he has in terms of his job search. So copies of job applications, information like that to the
Thank you, Your Honor.
caseworker so that we can, I want to know, I want evidence that he's looking for work.
Thank you.
All righty.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So February 3rd at 8 a.m. is the next time you'll need to log in, Mr. Miracle.
All righty. And you want all this information on the 3rd, correct?
I want you to send it to your caseworker before the 3rd so that your
Okay.
caseworker has it in advance so that they can tell me whether or not you've provided anything.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, and so you're all set then, Mr. Miracle. You can go ahead and log out.
All righty. Thank you. You have a great day, sir.
Who are the people that are in person?
I'm sorry.
Who are the people that are in person? Ms. Underwood, Mr. Mays is here in the courtroom. Are you going to need to speak to him?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Mays is here in the courtroom. Do you need to speak to him?
Okay, I would be happy to speak with him on the device outside the courtroom, Your Honor.
So Mr. Mays, if you'll step just outside the door, there's an iPad out there and you'll be able to speak to Ms. Underwood on that. Okay, Mr. Mays, if you would unmute the audio on that device.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to put you in a breakout session with Ms. Underwood right now. Okay, Mr. Mays, you can come forward to the podium, please. It is file 05-29183-DS, Jill Michelle Craigbaum versus Robert Edward Mays. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause regarding payment of child support. We are proceeding today partially in person, partially by video conference. Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record, please?
Your Honor, Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Mays this morning.
All right, and where do we stand with Mr. Mays' case today?
Your Honor, Mr. Mays is currently working with his doctor regarding a disability claim. However, he does have today is able to go down and make a payment of $800, Your Honor. So I'm requesting he do that. And then I'm requesting perhaps the court set this out for a month or two, giving Mr. Mays time to turn in information from his doctor and also where he is on his disability claim, Your Honor. But I think 800 would be a large payment.
Okay, I will adjourn this to February 24th. With the requirement that Mr. Mays make that $800 payment today. And also, Mr. May is going to order that you provide some information to your friend of the court caseworker from your doctor that confirms this disability issue that you're going through. So some kind of independent evidence that what Ms. Underwood has said here today is actually happening. Okay. All right. So February 24th is your next date at 8 a.m.
February 24th.
Correct. Thank you. We're all set for today. All right, Ms. Underwood, Mr. Whitehead is also here in person. Do you need to talk to him?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Mr. Whitehead, yeah, step outside to the iPad. Okay, Mr. Whitehead, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room right now.
Okay.
We can do Sanderson versus Proc. This is file 01-23650-DP, Sabrina Beverly Sanderson versus Todd Michael Proc. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause, and we are proceeding today both in person and by video conference. The record should reflect that this matter was set for a hearing this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 8:54 a.m. Mr. Proc was ordered to appear and he has failed to do so. I am going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest and set bond on the bench warrant in the amount of $22,555.63. Okay, Mr. Whitehead, you can come forward to the podium, please. This is file 23-51198-DS, Nicole Sue Earhart versus Robert Russell Whitehead. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause related to non-payment of child support. We are proceeding today in person and by video conference. Ms. Underwood, would you place your appearance on the record, please?
Bond Underwood for Mr. Whitehead, Your Honor.
All right, where are we with Mr. Whitehead's case today?
Your Honor, Mr. Whitehead was released from jail on the 3rd or 4th, I believe. Since then, he has been looking for work. However, that's difficult. All his money has went towards tether and drug testing, Your Honor. I think he probably needs a little more time to find employment. So we would ask to adjourn this matter and allow Mr. Whitehead time to find employment, Your Honor, which is understandably going to be difficult under the circumstances.
All right, is he on tether for this case or his criminal case?
That was for the other case.
For the other case?
Yes.
All right, I will adjourn this then to February 3rd at 8 a.m. And I'm going to order Mr. Whitehead to present, copies of job applications, evidence of what you're doing to try to find a job to your friend of the court caseworker before the next hearing, so that they have it at the next hearing and we can talk about it. Okay. So February 3rd at 8 a.m.
Your Honor,
Yes.
last week we did reset that to January 27th. So can we let Mr. Whitehead know that he will not need to appear on the 27th, please?
Thank you. So if you haven't already, you may get in the mail a friend of the court order saying to be here for this hearing on January 27th. There was some confusion last week about whether you were supposed to be here last week or this week. So we renoticed it for the 27th. You can ignore the 27th. So you don't have to be here on that day, but you do have to be here again on February 3rd and present that information about your job search to your caseworker. Okay? So you're all set for today then. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Underwood, I have James Rodriguez here by telephone. You need to speak to Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor.
1 second. Okay, this is file 98-20121-DP. Crystal Lighty versus James Rodriguez. We're here today for a hearing on an order to show cause. And we are proceeding today by video conference. Ms. Underwood, you want to place your appearance on the record, please?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Rodriguez today, Your Honor.
All right, and looks like the last payment we had on this case was back in September. Where are we with Mr. Rodriguez today?
Mr. Rodriguez was just down in North Carolina assisting the child that's the this order generates from, Your Honor. Mr. Rodriguez is working at Bob Evans in Hillsdale, and he should be able to make a $75 payment by the end of the month, Your Honor.
All right, so I will adjourn it to February 3rd to give him an opportunity to make that payment. And this is an arrearage only case. I can't recall. It seems like Mr. Rodriguez needs to make that payment in person
Yes, Your Honor.
because he has some other charging cases, so that we need to make sure it gets applied to this. So you need to make that payment at the front of the court office in person, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so February 3rd at 8 a.m., Mr. Rodriguez, you can go ahead and log out.
Thank you.
Okay, we can do Evans versus Hill. This is file 20-47401-DP, Danielle Renee Evans versus Jarrell Dontre Hill. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause. We are proceeding today both in person and by video conference. Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood, Your Honor, for Ms. Evans.
All right, the record should reflect this matter was set for a hearing this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 9:05 a.m. Ms. Evans has not appeared. She has previously been found guilty of the failure to pay. We had scheduled a sentencing. She appeared at the initial sentencing hearing, but her Zoom connection was such that we were unable to proceed. We adjourned that to December 23rd. She did not appear on December 23rd. And so I adjourned it to today to give her another chance to appear, and she has not appeared here today. So at this point, I am going to issue a warrant for her arrest and set bond in the amount of $6,784.80. And so we will proceed with sentencing once Ms. Evans has been taken in on that warrant. Okay, so Ms. Underwood, I have Cornell Fairley here by Zoom. Do you need to speak to him?
Yes, thank you.
All right, Mr. Fairley, I'm going to place you in a breakout session with Ms. Underwood. If you give me just a second. This is file 06-30735-DP, Samantha McNally versus Cornell Fairley. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause. We are proceeding today by video conference. Ms. Underwood, would you place your appearance on the record, please?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Fairley this morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, the situation here is complicated by the fact Mr. Fairley lives some distance away, and also he has more than one case, Your Honor. So case payments he makes online with the card he's using are split. Now, he's been coming down here every month to pay cash, but that's very difficult for him. He would like to just come down here and put $1,000 on a card and pay a big chunk that way. But it's his understanding they don't accept cards here at the front of the court. Can someone assist us in perhaps a better and more efficient way for Mr. Fairley to
Ms. Sankiewicz, how does the front of the court accept payment?
Your Honor, the front of the court only accepts payments in cash. Anything paid via credit card will be paid on our kiosk in the hallway, which will divide money between all open cases and send nothing to the case that is arrears only. And I have not had a payment from Mr. Fairley since November.
Yeah, I just paid a couple months ago. I usually pay at the end of the month.
Well, a couple months ago would be November.
I mean, I'm sorry, a couple days ago. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. And I paid on the kiosk. And that's what I'm saying.
You can't pay on the kiosk. If you pay on the kiosk, the money's not going to go to this case. It's going to go to your other cases that have active charges. The only way you can pay so that it gets credited to this case is to pay in cash at the window.
Okay, so I'm coming down there today, right? It's a 2-hour drive. I'm coming down there and I'm gonna pay cash. But I'm trying to see, is there a way I could pay a lump sum and put it on my card where I can pay this down? And it's not like I'm trying to resolve the issue. I have school. It's very difficult for me to come down there every month, 2 hours, and pay it. But I'm gonna come down there today and make a payment. No problem.
Right, so the front of the court apparently does not accept anything other than cash if you have to pay in the way that you have to pay. I'm willing to work with you on the drive if you make 2 months worth of payments and come down every 2 months as opposed to having to drive down every month. But what I need to see is consistent payments that are going to meaningfully start to address the arrearage.
No problem. No problem, Your Honor.
So what I'll do is adjourn this to February 3rd to give you an opportunity to get down here and make a payment. But again, it's got to be clear to you now that that's the only way that you can pay. How much are you able to pay per month toward this?
I've been paying $150 a month. I'm coming down right now, but I have a credit card where I can pay more, but it doesn't allow me to withdraw cash from it. It's from my business. It's a business credit card that I can put a lump sum of money on and pay this down. So I could put this behind me, but it does not allow me to withdraw cash from the bank. It's not a bank card.
Right. All right. So if you can again, if you can continue to make the 150, I'm okay if you make 300 every 2 months, but it's got to be consistent is the only thing for me.
Absolutely.
I understand that it's a difficult proposition for you to get down here from where you are, and I'm willing to work with you on that. But we just need to make sure that it's happening in the right way so that the money that you're paying gets credited where it needs to get credited. And unfortunately, I think that's the only way to make it happen.
Okay.
All right. So again, we'll adjourn it to February 3rd and just check to make sure that you've made that payment. So you are all set, Mr. Farrell. You can go ahead and log out.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe that is everything.
What about Jason Hibbs and Issa Thomas? Or Thomas Issa, I think. Yeah, Thomas Issa.
Asa Thomas should have been, he's been making his payments. I thought I had moved him out until February to monitor. I apologize, Rhonda.
February,
It would have been February 10th, but I'm going to wind up adjourning or dismissing because he is making his monthly payments for
you
me.
dismissed, okay.
I will be, yes.
And what about Jason Hibbs?
He is not mine. I don't have him on my book for today.
Okay,
But I do have, Your Honor, Charles Underwood.
not a relative of mine.
Oh,
1 second.
that was, you said, Rhonda, that was Jason Hibbs, right?
Yep,
Right, I'll look into that and see where we're at with it. Thank you.
and if nothing else, I'm going to get back over to Judge Angelone's.
Okay, I don't have Mr. Underwood here and I don't have an information sheet on him. What is his arrearage amount? Do you have that handy?
His arrearage amount is 40,174.24. He was released on a bench warrant on November 21st, ordered to pay
Oh, I apologize.
$250 a month.
Yeah, I do have a sheet
Okay.
on him. I apologize.
All right.
Okay, so this then is file 14-40181-DM. Amy Lynn Ferguson versus Charles Ray Underwood. We are here today for a hearing on an order to show cause regarding non-payment of child support. We are proceeding today by video conference. Courtroom is also open to the public. Ms. Underwood, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Well, I wasn't listed
I'm sorry,
on
you're
this one. I don't believe I've been appointed yet, Your Honor.
Okay, disregard that then. Ms. Underwood or Mr. Underwood was ordered to be here for a show cause hearing this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 9:18 a.m. Mr. Underwood has not appeared. I am going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. I will set bond on that bench warrant in the amount of $40,174.24.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And sir, what case are you here for?
Scott Kinsey, 950.
Okay, you can come up and sit at the table. Have you hired an attorney, Mr. Kinsey? Okay, I just had a person here logged in. I'm not sure why he's here, so just want to make sure it wasn't for your case. Okay, this is file 11-37042.